There's this ship stuck in the Suez Canal. Has the U.S. offered to help or provide any kind of assistance to resolve the problem?
We are tracking the situation very closely. We understand that Egyptian officials are working to remove the tanker as soon as possible and continue traffic. As part of our diplomatic dialogue with Egypt, we've offered U.S. assistance to Egyptian authorities to help reopen the canal. We are consulting with our Egyptian partners about how we can best support their efforts. So those conversations are ongoing, and hopefully we'll have more to say about that soon. Go ahead, Steve.
Thank you. We heard what the President said yesterday about Afghanistan. When do you think he will formally postpone the May 1 withdrawal date?
First let me convey the President has not made a decision at this point. As he said yesterday, it would be tough to meet the May 1st deadline for full withdrawal for logistical reasons. That's consistent with what Secretary of State Tony Blinken also said in Brussels earlier this week. Any withdrawal plan will be informed by consultation with key leaders within the administration and the thinking of our partners and allies, which is, of course, what our Secretary of State is working on doing. Our commitment is to bringing a responsible end to the conflict, removing our troops from harm's way, ensuring that Afghanistan can never again become a haven for terrorists that would threaten the United States or any of our allies. But right now, we're consulting with our allies and partners, and the President has not yet made a decision.
When do you think he will decide, Jen? Is it imminent, or?
Obviously, May 1st is coming soon, but I don't have any timeline on when his decision will be made.
And separately, on North Korea, when do you expect your review of that policy to be completed?
We are in the final stages of our intensive multi-stakeholder North Korea policy review. And we're, of course, discussing our review with national security advisors of South Korea and Japan at our trilateral dialogue coming up next week. And those consultations are an important part of our review process. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. First, I want to follow on the Suez. How concerned is the U.S. about the blockage and its effect on global commerce, trade, goods getting to the U.S. and other places?
Well, we do see some potential impacts on energy markets from the role of the Suez Canal as a key bidirectional transit route for oil. And obviously, that's one of the reasons we offered assistance from the United States, and we are in close consultation with the Egyptians about that. We're going to continue to monitor market conditions, and we'll respond appropriately if necessary, but it is something we're watching closely.
And then on the pandemic, Dr. Redfield, the former CDC director, said this morning that he believes that the virus originated from the lab in Wuhan. Does President Biden have any views on where the virus may have originated, or has the U.S. come to a conclusion on that yet?
Well, as you know, the WHO is examining this, and we'll be releasing a report soon. We'll review that report once it's available. We continue to learn more about the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, including its origins, so we can better prepare for future crises. I know Dr. Walensky addressed this, and I think Dr. Fauci did as well this morning, and we'll look closely at that information when it's available.
Are the President's views being informed by that WHO report or his advisors?
By his health and medical advisors, certainly, and so they will be, of course, the people reviewing the reports and more data when it becomes available.